Canyon Lake is a city and gated community on Canyon Lake Reservoir, located in western Riverside County, California, United States. It is one of 5 gated incorporated cities currently in California. Canyon Lake began as a master-planned community developed by Corona Land Company in 1968. The city of Canyon Lake was incorporated on December 1, 1990. Railroad Canyon Dam was built in 1927, and impounds the San Jacinto River to fill the reservoir, which covers 383 acres, 1.55 square kilometers, and has 14.9 miles, 24.0 kilometers, of shoreline. Geography. The city of Canyon Lake is located east of Lake Elsinore and Interstate 15. In the southern foothills of the Temescal Mountains. The mountain range is on the western edge of the Paris Block and east of the Elsinore Fault Zone. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city has a total area of 4.7 square miles, 12 square kilometers, or 2,017 acres, 816 hectares, of which 3.9 square miles, 10 square kilometers, of it is land and 0.7 square miles, 1.8 square kilometers, of it, 15.92%, is water. The lake has 14.9 miles, 24.0 kilometers, of shoreline. Demographics. 2010. The 2010 United States Census reported that Canyon Lake had a population of 10,561. The population density was 2,260.8 people per square mile, 872.9 per square kilometers. The racial makeup of Canyon Lake was 9,495, 89.9% white, 81.7% non-Hispanic white, 128, 1.2% black or African American, 61, 0.6% Native American, 190, 1.8% Asian American, 36, 0.3% Pacific Islander, 316, 3.0% from other races, and 335, 3.2%, from 2 or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 1,303 persons, 12.3%. The census reported that 10,552 people, 99.9% of the population, lived in households. 0.1%, lived in non-institutionalized group quarters, and 0.0% were institutionalized. There were 3,935 households, out of which 1,298, 33.0%, had children under the age of 18 living in them. 2,510, 63.8%, were opposite-sex married couples living together. 341, 8.7%, had a female householder with no husband present. 202, 5.1%, had a male householder with no wife present. There were 214, 5.4%, unmarried opposite-sex partnerships, and 27, 0.7%, same-sex married couples or partnerships. 658 households, 16.7%, were made up of individuals and 311, 7.9%, had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.68. There were 3,053 families, 77.6% of all households. The average family size was 2.99. The population was spread out with 2,287 people, 21.7%, under the age of 18, 835 people, 7.9%, aged 18 to 24, 2,304 people, 21.8%, aged 25 to 44, 3,332 people, 31.6%, aged 45 to 64, and 1,803 people, 17.1%, who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 44.0 years. For every 100 females there were 99.5 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 97.0 males. There were 4,532 housing units at an average density of 970.2 per square miles, 374.6 per square kilometers, of which 3,245, 82.5%, were owner-occupied, and 690, 17.5%, were occupied by renters. The homeowner vacancy rate was 2.9%. The rental vacancy rate was 6.1%. 8,443 people, 79.9% of the population, lived in owner-occupied housing units, and 2,109 people, 20.0%, lived in rental housing units. According to the 2010 United States Census, Canyon Lake had a median household income of $74,133, with 5.4% of the population living below the federal poverty line. 2000. As of the census of 2000, there were 9,952 people, 3,643 households, and 2,939 families residing in this city. The population density was 2,485.9 people per square mile, 960.6 per square kilometers. There were 4,047 housing units at an average density of 10.9 per square miles, 390.6 per square kilometers. The racial makeup of the city was 92.9% white, 0.8% black or African American, 0.4% Native American, 1.5% Asian, 0.1% Pacific Islander, 1.8% from other races, and 2.4% from two or more races. 8.5% of the population were Hispanic or Latino of any race. There were 3,643 households, out of which 34.9% had children under the age of 18 living with them. 70.5% were married couples living together. 6.7% had a female householder with no husband present. And 19.3% were non-families. 14.3% of all households were made up of individuals, and 6.8% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.73 and the average family size was 3.00. In the city, the population was spread out, with 25.9% under the age of 18. 5.2% from 18 to 24, 26.9% from 25 to 44, 25.1% from 45 to 64, and 16.9% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 41 years. For every 100 females there were 96.4 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 98.1 males. The median income for a household in the city was $70,106, and the median income for a family was $72,317. Males had a median income of $57,413 versus $36,016 for females. The per capita income for the city was $29,646. About 3.0% of families and 4.9% of the population were below the poverty line, including 7.3% of those under age 18 and 1.9% of those age 65 or over. Government. The City of Canyon Lake was incorporated on December 1, 1990. In the state legislature, Canyon Lake is located in the 37th Senate District, represented by Republican John J. Benoit, and in the 64th Assembly District, represented by Republican Brian Nestand. In the United States House of Representatives, Canyon Lake is in California's 42nd Congressional District, represented by Republican Ken Calvert. Public safety. The private areas behind the gates are secured by a private service, Securities, Inc. Community Patrol, with the assistance of the Riverside County Sheriff's Department's Perris Valley Station. The Community Patrol enforces community rules and regulations, CC&Rs, which includes noise ordinances, speed limits, and community access, while the Riverside County Sheriff provides for law enforcement and public safety. The City of Canyon Lake contracts for fire and paramedic services with the Riverside County Fire Department through a cooperative agreement with CAL FIRE. Crime rate equals. In 2005, there were 12 violent crimes and 136 property crimes reported. In 2006, 18 and 165. In 2007, 23 and 170. In 2008, 6 and 167. In 2009, 12 and 132. In 2010, 10 and 223. Per capita. These are below the national average. Education. Students attend school in the Lake Elsinore Unified School District. Students typically attend Tuscany Hills Elementary or Cottonwood Canyon Elementary Schools, Canyon Lake Middle School, and Temescal Canyon High School. Mount San Jacinto College maintains a campus in nearby Menifee. The nearest University of California campus is University of California, Riverside. Canyon Lake is nearly equidistant from 4 California State University campuses located at San Bernardino, Fullerton, and San Marcos, as well as Cal Poly Pomona Reservoir. The community is named for Canyon Lake Reservoir, also known as the Railroad Canyon Reservoir, which it surrounds. The reservoir, created in 1928 with the construction of the Railroad Canyon Dam, covers approximately 525 acres, 212 hectares, has 14.9 miles, 24.0 kilometers of shoreline, and has a storage capacity of 11,586 acre-feet, 14,291,000 cubic meters. It is owned and operated by the Elsinore Valley Municipal Water District. The reservoir is supplied by stormwater runoff from the San Jacinto River and Salt Creek. Water from the reservoir feeds the Canyon Lake Water Treatment Plant, which provides approximately 10% of the domestic water supply in the Lake Elsinore, Canyon Lake area. History. In 1882, the California Southern Railroad built a line from Perris to Elsinore along the east side of the San Jacinto River. The Santa Fe Railroad bought the line and joined it with a line in San Bernardino. Floods in 1884, 1916, and 1927 washed out the tracks, and the Santa Fe Railroad decided to abandon the line. Soon after the last flood, the Temescal Water Company bought the railroad right-of-way, as well as 1,000 acres, 400 hectares, from Henry Evans, a rancher, and other land from B. T. Quet. Those were the two parcels that make up most of Canyon Lake today. Construction started in 1927 to build a dam across the river to store water. It was finished in 1929. Railroad Canyon Reservoir, when built, was one of the largest freshwater lakes for fishing, hunting and camping in Southern California. The reservoir and the surrounding area was leased as a concession from Temescal Water Company as a recreational area under the operation of the George D. Evans family from 1937 until after World War II. After the war, Ray and Alpha Shekel, along with John and Darlene Kirkland, operated the resort until 1949 when the lake was drained for repairs to the floodgates. Eleanor and Donald Martin operated the resort from its reopening in 1953 until 1968. In 1968, the Corona Land Development Company developed the new community film. In 2006, the community was the subject of United Gates of America, a BBC television documentary directed by Alex Cook, featuring journalist Charlie Leduff. He lived for a month within the community to explore why people wanted to lock themselves behind gates and fences, and what effect it had on the residents. Leduff also explored the issues of immigration from Mexico and Central America, and highlighted the issues of segregation and racism that exist in the United States. The film was the subject of some controversy within the community, but received positive reviews in the UK and US. Community. One of only 5 gated cities in California, Canyon Lake began as a master-planned community developed by Corona Land Company in 1968, consisting of 4,801 community lots. All of the homes within the city are located within the Canyon Lake Property Owners Association, POA, and all but a few roads within the city are privately held and maintained. The entrances to the Canyon Lake POA are gated and guarded, accessible by residents and selected guests approved by the owners within the POA. All gates are manned 24 hours a day by a community patrol contracted by Securities, Inc. Access is granted to outsiders by sponsorship from a property owner or renter who calls in their guests to a 24-hour answer line. Since becoming an incorporated city in 1990, Canyon Lake has its own police department through the contract with the Riverside County Sheriff's Department out of the Perris Valley Station, as well as the private security services. In recent years, specialized code enforcement offices have also maintained patrols of the approximately 20-acre parcel of land administered by the Bureau of Land Management, which encompasses the eastern shore of the lake and its upper reaches. The trail running north along the eastern shore of the lake has become an inviting activity for hikers and bird watchers, particularly in the winter months when the hills are green and temperatures lower. Canyon Lake forbids all public use of any two-wheeled motorized vehicle, that is, all motorcycles, mopeds, and dirt bikes, on all private streets throughout the COLPOA, but excluding the 2 public roads, Railroad Canyon and Gertz roads. All of the homeowners within the Canyon Lake POA have rights and access to the lake for recreational uses. Personal watercraft, jet skis, etc., are banned for use on the reservoir. However, ski boats, with a maximum length of 21 feet, fishing boats, rowboats, paddle boats, sailboats and kayaks are allowed, as are wakeboarding and water skiing. There is a 35 miles per hour, 56 kilometers per hour, speed limit on the main lake, which is patrolled by Canyon Lake's Lake and Marine Patrol, as well the California Department of Fish and Game. The East Bay is limited to a no-wake speed. Each year the association stocks the lake with catfish and bass, which join the crappie and bluegill. There are swimming areas, fishing holes, beaches, a slalom course and a jump lagoon, gas docks, and rental slips. Businesses. There are 3 business or shopping areas within the city of Canyon Lake. One is located at the west end of the city on Railroad Canyon Road, and another at the east end of the city on Gertz Road. The main shopping and business center of the city, Canyon Lake Town Center, is located directly across Railroad Canyon Road from the main, south, entrance gates. It provides Canyon Lake with many services, and is the location of Canyon Lake City Hall, a county sheriff's satellite station, a Riverside County branch library, and the Property Owners Association offices, which are all located side by side in the same building. Another building in the town center mall houses the Canyon Lake Chamber of Commerce. Churches. The community is served directly by the Canyon Lake Community Church, which is the only church with its own facilities within the city of Canyon Lake, but located outside the gated portion of the community. The Tides Church has facilities in the Canyon Lake Town Center. Official website. The Friday Flyer. Canyon Lake's newspaper. United Gates of America, BBC documentary on Canyon Lake. U.S. Geological Survey Geographic Names Information System. Canyon Lake.